Look at
Welcome to the channel, and I hope you have a wonderful 2024. This year is the year of excitement, travel, experience, and most of all, just living in the moment. How you doing, guys? So that's it. I'm no longer a DP, no longer a professional working DP. I've had an amazing year doing lots of different content for broadcast, for big companies and all sorts of wonderful clients, but I've decided that's it, there's no more, I'm gone. I've really gone back into things like, this prototyping stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I have no design experience, I have no CAD experience. I've only been learning CAD and basic CAD at that on Fusion 360 and Tinkercad for the last about 2-3 weeks now, so I'm really new at this, but it's been great to get a 3D printer and start learning this software because there's a whole new world opening up for me. And it reminds me of when I used to work at Microsoft and in Microsoft Research and working for the HoloLens. It was a brand new position, a brand new product that wasn't released in any country or anything at all, and they were looking for a team to do all of the bug testing, demonstrations, hold conferences and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't have any of the qualifications which were necessary, but somehow I was blessed to get an interview, and in the interview they asked me what my hobbies are and stuff like that, and I told them YouTube, and I think I had about 100 or 200 subs at the time. So after I left the interview, about 2 hours later, they called me back and said to me, you've got the job. And I was amazed, and I ended up working there for about 4 years. And after about the second year, I asked one of the guys, one of the project leads who hired me, who was in the interview, I asked him, why did you give me the job? And he said, well, we looked for your YouTube channel and we saw a video that you did where you combined an old IBM laptop with a Samsung Galaxy Note and a PS3 controller, I think it was, and turned it into a VR system with Triniskaya, which is a software for Android. And he said, that's the kind of person that we knew we needed. And I said, yeah, but I didn't have no experience or anything. He said, look, you come across well, and even if we do hire these people that have these degrees, you are trying these things already. And so with that whole package, we hired you. It was a massive deal, that showed me a lot in terms of all the creation side of things, because you see so many things happening, and you want to get involved, but it just seems so over your head, all of the design stuff and all the prototyping and stuff. But thankfully we are here now in 2024, and I'm learning Fusion 360. Got a good 3D printer, which we're going to talk about in a different video. And yeah, I just love it. I love it since being a kid, watching Star Wars movies and Knight Rider and seeing all of that technology. It's something that I really wanted to be in. So now that I get to do it for myself without any worries about working, editing and that for clients, it's a great thing. So I know you're all interested in the FX6 because obviously you saw the title, that's what you came here for. And yeah, I want to talk to you about the FX6 because I'm not going to give up the camera. Even though I have an FX3, what we're shooting on now, I'm not going to give up the FX6 because as an all-rounder, the camera is just absolutely amazing. You don't need to actually have anything, no rigging at all on the camera, because everything that it comes with is just perfect what you need, apart from the audio, but we'll talk about that later. Everything is there. And if you know me and you've been on this channel long enough, you know that I love a box camera and there's no way I'd give one up. I tried a Red Komodo recently, and yeah, it's an amazing camera. Not for me, because there's a few reasons why it's not for me, but the Sony, I absolutely love it. So yeah, when Ham on the design and started making like EVFs and handles and all sorts of stuff, and yeah, that's basically what we're here for. So I'm going to show you this handle now. I call this the stubby handle. So it's just a normal handle, and it has a run stop cable where you can see the lank cable connected to the back, and it goes to the rear lank on the FX6. So yeah, really love this handle, and I didn't really think a lot of people would like it, but when I posted it on the FX6 group, and I spoke to people about the benefits of using this handle, I was surprised how many people wanted the handle. It's crazy. I'm going to show you that video now. Hey everyone, thank you for all the likes on the stubby handle. I didn't think many people would like it, but it seems that some of you really would like another option to a handle on the FX6. But the FX6 handle is amazing, don't get me wrong. It has all the controls you need, everything is there, perfect for documentary filmmaking, run and gun, all that kind of stuff. Stability, it's amazing. Apart from the slight play in the handle, the rock, which I really hate, it's an amazing, well thought out handle. But I wanted something just a bit smaller that would give me the run stop and just give me a bit more flexibility. Now you can see the footprint compared to the original Sony handle. It's so much smaller, which makes it easier for traveling, put it in a bag, because the FX6 is actually quite a small camera. When you really think about it, if you haven't got no stuff on it, it's actually quite nice and small to travel with. So putting the handle on, just clicks on just like that, locked in, and now it gives you that nice kind of stability on your hand because it fits right in between your finger and your thumb, so it sits right inside. So when you're holding it, you can just move the camera any way you want, upside down, anything, and it won't fall out. It's a really nice grip. Then also, if you're going to shoot downwards, rather than rotating the normal handle, you can just flip it like this and shoot downwards, no problem. Flip it back up, shoot upwards. But what I do like is when I'm doing events and I have to capture reels as well as horizontal footage, I can just flip this and just hold it like a camcorder and then capture my reel, and then I can just easily go back to horizontal, no problem. So yeah, I know it's not going to be for every type of filming scenario, but there is a lot of scenarios where you would have something like this. Even if you was to have it off and then go onto a gimbal or something, it's so small that you can just take it off, just put it in a pocket, and then just put this on your gimbal and start shooting. Whereas the other one, it is a bit bigger. You don't really want to leave it lying around because it's quite expensive. So something like this is just like an alternative, just to make things a bit easier for when you're shooting. So yeah, that's it really. So yeah, it was absolutely amazing, the feedback I got from that, and it's just another list on the long line of products that that I'm going to produce now with Tom from Filmatura. So we've got to try and streamline things this year as well to try and get these pieces out properly, because on the stubby handle we're going to put like a metal mount on there, and a nice design. We've got to redesign the PCB and stuff like that as well. So there's a lot of work that goes into something even as basic as a handle. And then there's my EVF on there. Now you can buy an EVF for the FX6, and I'm not going to pay that for an EVF like a Loupe. It's just a bit of plastic with optics, and I understand it's important, but I'm not going to do that. So I kind of just made my own. So when we look at this front piece here, this is just part of a 3D print which I modified in Tinkercad, just cut off the top piece and then I just put in like an old EVF just straight into the top. Now I do lose about 1 millimeter or 2 each side, but you can see pretty much all the screen and it's perfect for what it is. So it's a really quick and dirty, quick prototype, but it works really well for, you know, when you want that stable footage and when you want to check your focus. I really love the monitor on the FX6, and I know a lot of people don't, but if you tried the Red Komodo, you know that that camera has to be rigged. There's no other option because that screen is absolutely minuscule. It is so tiny. In here, I've also made a cap to cover it because with the original FX9 Loupe or the FX6, which goes on the FX6, Alistair Chapman told me that it's been specifically or specially designed so that if you leave it open on a hot day, hot sunny day, the sun won't burn your screen through the loupe. So I designed a cap and that will fit in there when you're not using the loupe and you've got it out in the sun. So yeah, really nice design. But I just want to say that this probably won't be getting used much longer because me and Tom are designing a whole new system that will work with any camera. I keep saying this all the time that I can't really tell you what we're doing yet because there's so many things going on what we're doing, but what we're aiming to do is really change things up in the accessories industry and to make everything really affordable as well. So yeah, something that we're going to do in the future. But apart from the rest of the rig, yeah, you saw it in the intro, all the parts that I use, the skin. I've got the Canon FD lens. I've got the Godox mic on there as well. This Godox mic has internal recording. So if there's something that I want to record and I need the audio, then I will just turn on the Godox mic and then just press record whilst I'm recording on the camera and then just sync them in post. So audio is one of the worst things about the FX6 because you really have to have the audio handle if you want to get some sort of audio into the camera. It has a scratch mic, but it needs to have the audio handle, and that is a real bummer because even if they brought out a new version, a 6K version or whatever, I wouldn't really need to get anything else because the 4K on this is lovely to me. It's just the audio is a bit of a bummer. Now I have been looking into ways to improve the audio, and I really want to create a module that plugs into where the Sony port is, but finding the ports and the cables that you need are quite difficult. I think I found some on AliExpress, but I need to obviously buy them and try things out, but counting the pins and seeing what it all does, it's going to be a bit of a headache. So my next idea was to actually just take off the side of the case, and where the internal mic is, I was just going to solder a 3.5mm jack into the scratch mic. Now I know that's not going to be for everybody, and obviously that's going to be a permanent mod, and if you've got any warranty or anything, that might obviously, well, no, it will pose a problem. So yeah, and even when you're selling it, it could pose a problem as well. So that's quite a drastic one. I haven't really thought if I'm going to do that yet. I might just stick with the Godox mic on the front because it just seems easier, unless we can make the adapter that plugs into the top. So that's the end of the video. I know it was a bit of waffling and a lot of talking, but yeah, I love creating these new types of accessories, you know, and bringing new things to the market because it's things that I would use in a heartbeat. Rather than just buying things off the shelf, which is generic to everybody, I like to create things that are a bit different. Just like my videos, accessories and things what I make are, you know, different as well. And I really want to, you know, just bring some more, how can I say, usability, but make things more fun at the same time as well. So yeah, that's it from me. Take care guys, and I will see you on the next video. Later.